I'm going to welcome back Dr. Craig Sawchuk. We heard from him yesterday. Today he's going to talk about an interesting topic, and that is to try and bring some sense to the vastly increasing world of apps of all kinds that are being touted for assistance in treating various kinds of psychiatric and psychological problems. Craig, welcome back to the podium.
All right, well, good morning, everybody. So we're going to be talking about a topic on mental health apps, and it's always kind of fun doing a topic that by the time that you start it and by the time that you end it, it's already like outdated. This field moves actually very, very quickly, and just a quick survey of the crowd. How many patients, or how many of you have had patients who have brought up the use of an app in the course of your care with that patient? Yeah, and those hands going up are just going to increase over time, or the volume of the number of patients that in our practices that are using apps in some way, shape, or form to help with healthcare or mental health care simply is going to increase over time, and this is the trend that's going. And from a population-based health perspective, that's a really, really good thing and a good opportunity, but there's also a lot of concerns that's embedded in there. So we're going to provide a little bit of an overview of certain types of things to look for in apps, what are some basic functionalities that are out there, and then highlighting a few apps across different mental health areas that highlights, I think, some of the issues that we got to pay attention to. So no competing interests here. Objectives, so again, looking at both the benefits and some of the concerns that we need to look out for in the field of mental health apps, and also being able to identify at least one of these apps that has some objective evidence, which again, when we're trying to deliver evidence-based care, apps is a field that is moving so quickly that the way that we go about searching for evidence in essence, can kind of slow it down. So it's an interesting dynamic that we're in. So if we look at historical trends in e-mental health, you can think about it in two ways. One is just the technology, and the second is the consumer. So from a technological standpoint, kind of circa mid-1990s to early 2000s, as you can tell by the size of the monitor that's there, these things used to be pretty heavy to lug around, but mental health information would show up on the web. And it was very passive. Basically, it almost felt like we were doing a PDF of a self-help manual, and it was just information just being passively pushed out to folks. And usually at the time, the consumer would sit there for like 45, 50 minutes